The first Riflemen were built for Star League by Calon Industries in 2505. Designed as a medium fire support vehicle, this early model was lighter and less heavily armoured than the current version, and mounted Calon Class C laser cannon. Chronic overheating forced the addition of more heatsinks and the replacement of the old lasers with more efficient Magna 2s and 3s. The current incarnation of the Rifleman, the RFL-3N, was first built in 2770, during the collapse of Star League. ARM-mounted Calon Imperator A autocannon replaced the Mark II lasers, producing the familiar configuration of 2 medium and 2 heavy lasers and 2 medium autocannon. Although designed to be primarily a fire support mech, the Rifleman can hold its own in close combat against lighter mechs. Capabilities. The Imperator A autocannon is an excellent long-range weapon system, combining striking power with good range and low heat build-up. Although earlier Rifleman models were plagued by ammunition feed problems, the autocannon system is now at the heart of the mech's success on the battlefield. Though outclassed by better armed vehicles such as the Warhammer and the Hunchback, the versatile and reliable Rifleman can nevertheless perform as an effective component in more complex battle plans. Lack of ammunition is one of the major flaws in the Rifleman's autocannon system. As each mech can carry only 20 rounds, or 10 for each cannon, it becomes a problem in longer campaigns, for example, where supply lines are fragile. The Rifleman's 4 lasers provide some compensation, however, as well as providing the mech with close combat capability. The Rifleman's secondary role is that of anti-aircraft platform, as its Garrett D2J tracking system provides excellent acquisition of swift-moving aerial targets. Although the Rifleman is admirably suited to its fire support role, its lack of hands and comparatively low mass makes it less effective in close combat against larger machines. Despite this, the mech easily overpowers lighter opponents. Its pilots, though, are well advised to avoid head-on confrontation with machines such as the Marauder and Warhammer. Although the Garrett T11-A communication system is highly efficient, its wing-shaped antenna system tends to draw fire, occasionally disrupting communications in Rifleman-led units. Some units have been equipped with the more compact, less vulnerable Tech Battlecom system, which provides highly reliable communications even in heavy combat situations. As Battlecom systems are available only by scavenging Phoenix Hawks or Wolverines, most Riflemen retain the Garrett unit and its troublesome antenna. Today, the successor houses deploy the RFL-3N primarily in a mobile overwatch capacity. The 3Ns hold the heights, providing long-range bombardment for the advance of the heavier mechs such as the Marauders or Thunderbolts. This also enables the Rifleman to function as an effective reserve, using its lasers at close range if the main advance bogs down. As a last resort, it can even rush into physical combat against enemy forces that might penetrate the main line. Battle history. The Rifleman was originally designed for use by Star League defense forces. With the collapse of the League, the successor houses appropriated Riflemen for use in their individual military retinues. In the ensuing and disastrous succession wars, many Riflemen and other battlemechs were destroyed. However, new production has re-established the mech as a common sight on the battlefields of the successor states, with 3Ns scattered throughout the various units. House Davian maintains the largest number of Riflemen. As Hansa Davian is personally fond of the design, he's attempted a number of modifications. Davian's Riflemen have seen action across all territory, playing important roles on Ferris and against House Kurita on Hoth. The early campaigns of the Succession Wars took a heavy toll on House Davian, and Riflemen also figured prominently in many of those battalions. In the First Succession War, when Minoru Kurita's ruthless mech legions also reached the gates of New Avalon, the planet of New Roads III was the scene of fierce fighting between the two houses. When the spaceport city of Polis was threatened, Davian Garrison Commander Colonel Hezekiah Volden deployed a mixed force of riflemen and archers on the heights above the strategic mountain pass leading to the city. A Kurita force of marauders and warhammers was dispatched to take the pass. Davian mechs held them back while the riflemen and archers poured down a hail of deadly fire on the Kuritan troops, who were unable to respond. Kurita then dispatched light wasps and locusts up onto the heights to stop this ranged fire, but the Davian archers met and engaged them, while the riflemen continued to blaze away at the mechs below. Eventually, Davian air support arrived to drive off Kurita, and the riflemen participated in the pursuit that destroyed a large portion of the attacking force. The defeat at Polis helped to blunt the attack on New Roads and drove back the Kuritan invasion. As a result of this, and several other battles in which riflemen played an important role, House Davian values the mech highly, and has used it in many a later campaign. In the Third Battle of Harrow's Sun, for example, Davian riflemen were employed in an anti-aircraft role, keeping Kurita fighters at a respectful distance, while the Davian siege of the city of Mura progressed. Variants. Hansa Davian has attempted several interesting variations on the basic rifleman design, including replacing the autocannon with PPC. This model, intended to compete with the heavier Warhammer, has severe overheating problems, which have forced an increase in the number of heatsinks. Although the variant is hardly a smashing success, Hansa Davian continues to tinker with his PPC-armed riflemen. Davian have also been attempting to mount heavier autocannons by sacrificing the heavy lasers and some of the riflemen's armour. This model shows promise, but is yet to be tested in battle. Notable mechs and mech warriors. Lieutenant Gentleman Johnny Clavel. Perhaps the most famous rifleman, Gentleman Johnny's mech is always maintained in perfect working condition, and carries many victory silhouettes on its gleaming grey and silver armour. Serving in the notorious Black Widow Company of Wolf's Dragoons, Clavel has earned a reputation as a brilliant but occasionally foolhardy commander. The Widow's Recon Lance, headed by Clavel's rifleman, has a reputation as one of the finest in all the successor states.